Hello. This is going to be something new. Uh, I know normally I do Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and I have tons and tons of backlogs of me playing games like Fortnite or Call of Duty with my best friend. But I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been childishly holding on to what I consider my favorite video game of all time, which I would always say was Odin Sphere, because growing up it meant so much to me. The story was so beautiful, the little kid me, and it really jump started my love for stories. But if there's one game or franchise as a whole that has meant so much to me since I've been introduced to it, it is the Legend of Heroes series. I was first introduced to this by my father, who was playing Trails of Cold Steel back on the PS3, I believe, roughly a few years after it came out. I was just a little kid at the time, and back then I would always sit in his room on the carpet while he would play games and just watch him play. Like, some of my fondest memories are just sitting there. He's got the news on or some true crime show, and then he's got the game on the screen. And I got to experience Trails of the Cold Steel 1 and 2 watching him play. And it was truly one of the best times of my life. Now, as I got older, I ended up getting those games, but never really getting far. I think the first time I played Cold Steel 1, I got as far as the third major story section, I'll say, and I just stopped playing and didn't touch it for a while. Then cut to, I want to say last year, on a separate PlayStation account than the one I primarily use, I just decided, screw it, I'll play. And I played Cold Steel 1, and I played Cold Steel 2, and I beat them, and I love them. And there's still so many moments in there that make me feel so many emotions. But recently, within this year, close to the start of it, I felt like playing these games again because I had acquired this game, the one you're seeing now, The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, and its sequel, The Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure. Now, these are by no means the start to this series. These are games 3 and 4, respectively. I do not own the first three games. However, the remake of the first game, I believe, just came out as of time of recording this, and hopefully they'll do the second and third as well, because I've heard that those games are good too. They're just not on PlayStation yet. But all of them are pretty standalone. 1 through 3 are like their own games. 4 through 5 are like their own games. 5 through or 6 through 7 are like their own games, and then 8 and 9 kind of tie everything together. Uh, but my introduction was to Cold Steel, which is game 6. So that's like reading Harry Potter and jumping in at like Order of Phoenix instead of starting with Sorcerer's Stone. But I think the people that have made this series have done such a fantastic job of writing a story in such a way that you can jump in at almost any moment and it doesn't matter. You will learn things all over again, and it won't make you feel like you're just being told things all the time. There's chapters in some of these games where there's more talking than there's gameplay. And you know what? I love it. So, if no one watches this, that's perfectly fine. Because at the end of the day, I'm honestly making all of these for myself to hopefully look back on one day. But I wanted to stop holding on to that childish notion that my favorite game is some obscure game that no one's really ever heard of, that the gameplay is honestly very repetitive, and there are several things I don't like about it. Because I realize I'm honestly kind of afraid to admit that it's not. Like, that game meant so much to me, and I'm even on the verge of tears kind of saying this. Uh, stupid as that may sound. But it's like a part of me didn't want to let go of what little bit of my childhood I still feel I have left. So I decided I think enough is enough. I should just be honest with myself and admit that no, my favorite game isn't that anymore. If I had to say I have a favorite game, I'd have to pick two. And it would be The Legend of Heroes Tales from Zero and its sequel, Trails to Azure. Before these games, and this series as a whole, I had never seen a story such as engrossing and beautiful and impactful, and it has honestly, I think, changed my life for the better. And today, I would like to show you where the beginning of my journey with this series really began. I will say that I have completed in its entirety this game, the sequel, Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3, and Cold Steel 4. I do not remember every last thing, so there will likely be times where I make mistakes, but we will simply have to run with them. If I continue this series onward and I feel so inclined, I will happily go back and get the old guides that I used to follow just to make sure I'm not missing too much content. But thank you in advance for watching this, or even just seeing this and deciding it's not for you. Thank you as well. I hope you have a great day and remember to drink some water. But today, I think I want to start at the beginning of one of those beautiful stories I've ever heard. I will be playing this on hard mode. It's just because normal is fine, easy is, yeah, I don't play games on easy anymore. And the reason I'm not playing on Nightmare is because Nightmare is definitely not meant for a first playthrough. Hoo boy! If you get this game, which I highly recommend you do not play on Nightmare unless you're playing on New Game Plus for like a challenge. Play on hard if you want difficulty. Trust me, it will be enough. But enough of my yapping, let's get into the game. This game does not have English language, but it does have English text, so I will let the characters speak Japanese, and I will not read that out. But if they don't speak it, I'll read it. Case.
どうだ、ティオ。
悪い予感が的中です。時、空、幻。女頭や総員と同じですね。
そう、やっぱり。どうやらこの先は一筋縄ではいかないみたいね。
ってことは、あの得体の知れない化け物どもが徘徊してるってことか。やれやれ、ゾッとしない話だぜ。そうか。当然、敵による待ち伏せもあるはずだ。みんな、気を引き締めていこう。
はい。
And so we begin with this ominous music that we hear. Our four, presumably heroes, in order: Lloyd, Ellie, Tio, Randy. From the jump, we see them entering some sort of building that seems to be old, presumably by these lanterns and the designs on the floor. And they are heading in after presumably a rough time, I'd say. The music is just, oh, it's so good. This part is like my favorite of this song. I do have the OST off to the side, so if I happen to recognize one of the names, I will be saying it just so you can go give it a listen. There's like not one song in this game I wouldn't say is like good or perfect for the scene it's involved in. This series does amazing with that. Now, this beginning portion, if you're not new to RPGs, is nothing new. It's typical starting during like some portion later on, and like you don't know anything that's going on, you just see some people talking and you're like, I got no idea, but the game's having me do something. Typical stuff. And this game is, you know, obviously doing the same, but just keep this entire scene in mind for later. Every line of dialogue, every character interaction, I want you to remember it. And if I do get to this port again later on and continue the series, I want you to come back to this first video and just see what's different. But now,
ここは
actually, you know what? I will read it. I'm really wanting to now, so I feel like I will. I can't even see the bottom. I wonder how far down it goes.
ここからの目測だと
From up here, I'm guessing it's at least a good 500 arge deep. Oh, I'll note this now. They don't use the metric system or the other system I can't remember the name of right now. They have their own, like, unit of measurement. I can only remember arge and selge at the moment. But I think that's like the equivalent of feet and meters, probably.
やれやれこいつは骨が折れそうだぜ
Man, getting all the way down there is gonna be one hell of a trip. Tia, what's wrong?
大丈夫？真っ青
Are
な
you
顔して
alright?
るわ。
You look so pale.
問題ないです。
I'm fine.
昔いた
It's
場所の
just,
こと
this place brings back some unpleasant memories.
昔いた場所
Memories? Do you mean
共和国の西端にあった
that lodge on the Calvardian border where those bastards were all holed up, yeah?
はい。
I love Randy. Yes.
この縦穴は煉獄に続くように
Man, I believe this path was designed to resemble the road to Gehenna. That line had me very intrigued the first time I played. Like, what?
エイドスを否定する概念として
Symbolized in the
の
intention
頭
of
に
those
近
who
づ
walk
く
with it to renounce Adios and accept the devil's power. You can essentially swap Adios for God. It's essentially this world's Christianity adjacent religion,
そして彼らに
and to make all kinds of horrible offerings in
儀式
exchange
を
for
執
that
り
power.
行うために
最低の連中ね
What vile people. True.
道理で新規臭い
No
匂い
wonder
が
this
する
place
だ
is
けだ
giving me such a bad vibe.
だったら
In that case, our mission is clear. For the sake of those who helped us come this far, and for the girl who's waiting for us to come home, it's our duty to banish the shadows that lurk here and drag these devils out into the light. We'll put an end to all the suffering they've caused.
ロイ
たく
Man, you really outdid yourself this time, Lloyd. That's gotta be one of your cheesiest speeches yet. Oh, one of them, but it certainly won't be the last.
ま今回ばかりは
But I'm with you. They want devils, let's give them hell.
私も乗った
I agree.
敵は全て
Our enemy is like a spider, hiding in its shadows and pulling the strings of its web.
でも
But we've come a long way. We're not rookies anymore. We can bring him to justice.
はい
Right.
絶対に
We'll definitely win.
よしそれじゃあ
Alright,
行こ
time to get going then.
うクロスベル警察
The four of us, members of the Crossbell Police Department, Special Support Section,
これより事件解決
will now commence our infiltration and settle this case once and for all. And now,
見つけて
the two most important words in these two games. But it was all a dream, right? I mean, he's waking up on a train. Where am I? Ah, this song. Alright. I say goodbye to my aunt and uncle, double checked on my luggage, boarded the train,
あな
and
た大
are
丈
you
夫
alright, dearie? You jolted right awake. You were tossing and turning something fierce. Are you feeling under the weather?
いや
Oh no, I'm fine. Just a little sleep deprived, that's all.
なんだか
I had the strangest dream though. Oh, strange you say? What kind of strange? Are you, perhaps, being swarmed by hordes of sexy ladies?
いや
What? No, can't say it was that good of a dream.
もうおじいさ
Now,
ん
now, dear, don't
若い
tease the
人
poor
をから
boy.
かっそうだ
How about a nice cold lemonade to perk you up? I've got a whole bottle right here. Go on, don't be shy. Oh, well,
それじゃ
if you don't mind. Thanks, that really hit the spot. I'm feeling better already. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Judging by your clothes, you aren't Erebonian. If I had to guess, I'd say you're from Crossville, right? Oh, yes, sir. I've lived abroad for a while, but I'm moving back to the city again. If you could tell that much, you two must be locals yourselves then. Yep, we just finished a little vacation in the Republic, and we're on our way home now. If you're coming back from living abroad, I doubt you'll even recognize Crossbell. That's true. Oh, controller battery, no! I hope that doesn't become a trend. I don't want to be like Chugga Khan and write a lot of those old LPs. That's true. The city has changed drastically over the past 2 or 3 years. I thought that might be the case. I've caught glimpses of the Crossbell city from train windows more than a few times recently. They've really added a lot of high-rises, haven't they? They have. After all, Crossbell's always been the leading trade city in Zemuria. Our ever-growing finance sector has seen a lot of foreign investors putting their money in development recently. Especially after the non-aggression pact. Feels like we had new buildings going up as soon as the ink dried. Department stores, office buildings. With all the mirror pouring in, these places popped up all over the city. I admit, things have become much more convenient, but I don't know how much I like all this hustle and bustle. Everyone's always rushing around, busy with this or that. It's like we've all become slaves to time and money. Oh, maybe we said a bit too much. I'm so sorry, dearie. Don't mind us old folk prattling on about doom and gloom. I hope we didn't ruin your big homecoming. No, it's quite alright. My friend said the same thing in his letters. But it doesn't matter how much has changed. Crossbell will always be my home. Of course. Well said. I'm impressed to hear such words from someone your age. Compared to bright young men like you, all these new politicians are just... They're always the Empire this, or the Republic that. I'm sick of their partisan squabbling. Can't trust anyone except for old Mayor McDowell. Now, dear, come on. Sorry about that. He tends to get carried away when it comes to politics. It's fine. Details like this are good to know. I was getting issues of the Crossbell Times when I was abroad, but I'd rather hear about these things directly from the people they affect. Oh, a fellow avid reader of the Crossbell Times, eh? I'm no fan of all their trendy puff pieces, but every so often they'll put out some hard-hitting articles. I wish they'd dive a bit deeper into issues with the Crossbell diet, though. So that's so. Well, from the sound of it, there are plenty of topics to cover. Oh. One of the only fully rendered cutscenes in this game. Sadly, I honestly kind of wish there was a few more, but hey, this game was a PSP game that was only in Japan, that got translated to English because of fans, and I guess they did a good enough job that the developers were like, work with us. Attention all passengers. We will be arriving at Crossbell City shortly. Passengers bound for Liberl or Remiferia via airship, please disembark here to transfer. Additionally, per Zemurian Railroad Corporation bylaws, this train will remain at Crossbell Station for 30 minutes upon arrival. Passengers bound for Erebonia, please have your entry application ready for the inspection officer. Sounds like we're almost there. Let's get our things together, then. The less we see of those Imperial soldiers' ugly mugs, the better, as far as I'm concerned. Will do. It's been 3 years since then. I made sure to keep in contact with Cecile, but... Guy, Cecile, I'm finally back. Back to Crossbell, our home. God, I feel the same way every time I see this place. I'll let this play. Nihon Falcom Corporation presents. Man, some of these game companies just can't help but put tons and tons and tons of spoilers into their opening FMVs. Well, I'll leave this one for now. Next time, we start the prologue, special support section. Hope you enjoyed.